Good afternoon, fans of Rando, and welcome to this speed gaming presentation of the Link Past Randomizer Daily Race Series. It is Sunday afternoon here, at least over on the western side of the pond, and we have an open 7-7 seed for you today. I am MyIndium, and I am joined in the booth by Vex Defer. Vex, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited for this one. It's a pretty big race room. It's kind of stacked.
Yep, seems like we had quite a few people who were interested in getting a little rando in their lives on this Sunday afternoon or evening, in the case of probably a handful of them. We do have a good crop of featured runners today for you. We have P-Train, Edium over there on the left-hand side of the screen, and Oro and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna on the right.
And we are split evenly with the two different possible open starts at two runners on the bottom going to Uncle and two at the top going to Sanctuary.
Yep, our runners who started Uncle are going to have a glove in their inventory right off the hop here.
Now that'll feel pretty good. Especially if they can get some bombs early. Just go straight into back of escape once you go to Sank.
And it appears that Scruff has discovered that the guards are in the bomb pool, managed to pull a bomb off of one of those blue guards.
That's gonna feel really good if they don't get a weapon from Uncle. He can go straight to back of escape.
Yep, it's a solid quick 3 checks. Meanwhile, we seem to be turning up some money in the forest, a little more money at the lumberjack, emphasis on little there.
Just that single green rupee.
2 of those in the pool, and that one will never be seen again. Well, aside from unless any of our other runners decide that they want to check it.
Yeah, they were killing some more guards on Scruff's side, knowing they're in the bomb pack. Just grab some bombs. Yeah, I imagine he's going to kill these too.
Yep, just gonna walk down the line, pick up bushes, throw them at guards until he hits that 4-pack.
Will he go and try to bomb escape? I think so.
Meanwhile, Edium's already into the back of the escape sequence, finds kind of a whole bunch of random miscellany there.
Yep, kind of nothing. This bomb escape play is pretty good.
7 bombs, plenty to be going on with. We'll see if it actually gives Scruff any additional advantage here. While Oro is the first of our runners into the village, they're going to be checking out Blind's old hideout.
A bunch of checks in here. Hopefully we'll get some progression.
Little bomb replenishment, stick refund, a little cash, and a full heart container. Maybe the item in the back is where Blind hid the actual value today. Let's see.
Oh, yes. That's a good cack. You can activate Flute right when you're in cack the first time. It feels really nice. Just kind of opens up a lot of routing choices that you can't otherwise make early.
Yep, it's one of those things that runners who try to skip the village early are hoping to find the flute before they get there. And it works out in some cases, but sometimes the flute just is there.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing you can be really happy about is you find a bottle. Let's look at that. There we go. On Oro's side, we found the bottle. We can just full clear Kakariko the first time we're here.
Scruff seems to be having a little trouble getting this blue guard to cooperate and give up the key. It was bombs in the chest, incidentally.
I don't think we've gotten anything super good from Bomb Escape here, unfortunately. Bottle Vendor just has a piece of heart. We did find the shovel in the well. So I personally like to blind check race game if I've got the shovel and I've got plenty of bombs. So I'm going to have to walk back anyways, most likely. Although with the flute, maybe not.
Yeah, it's kind of up to each individual runner at this point, and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna has pulled the map out of Zelda's cell. That cannot feel good.
No. At least on the bright side, you got to expect that almost all of our runners at some point are going to be going through the escape sequence. So
Yeah, it's entirely possible. It really depends. Is this seed going to actually start giving us some information on the way forward or not?
in a bug net and a chicken hut.
Well, you'd think that the chickens would be the ones catching the bugs. They need to eat too, right?
It's just their tool hidden away in the hut. Looks like Scruff is going to go into Darkcross. This is
Yeah, already knows that the map is in inventory, so, an item down here for the taking, provided that he can get there.
yeah, finding this rat with bombs is really not easy. Oh, we did get the key though. So
And our other three runners have all pulled the book out of the village at this point.
Etienne, now having cleared the back of Escape, is making his way through Kakariko. So we're gonna get this shovel check, and then I'd imagine we go down to South Shore.
Heart on the shovel. It was also a heart in Dark Cross. Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, with half a heart remaining, managed to pull that heart and then save and quit right on out.
Yeah, he knows he's not got much. He's only got one bomb left, but he knows that there's guards all the way on the way. He knows they're in the bomb pack. Looks like he's gonna make the play up the mountain, maybe actually.
Could be that. Could be a chance to make a different tier of tree pull here. This would be a tier 2.
Oh, you're right. No mountain play right now, which will be good for him since we've got the flute in Cack Village. Gonna be a little disappointed to find a green rupee on the Lumberjack Ledge. And we are getting the South Shore play from both Oro and P-Train. Not interested in the 20 rupees. Or either runner.
We did
get a sword out of the dam.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm particularly surprised. Turn your nose up at that 20. If you were within, say, 40 or 50 of Zora money, that would be one thing. But no, you're more like 480 away.
Oh yeah, there's no reason to grab the 20 right now.
If it becomes that important, it'll be sitting there later.
The number we're really looking for is 275, correct? Because then you can hula hand, get the rest of your money for Zora.
Yeah, that works as a bare minimum. Usually you want to have enough left over that you can, say, get into Palace of Darkness in the future, but
yeah,
it's early days yet.
I don't think we've gotten a map check yet either. Yeah, we did. It's all crystals in the light world.
Yeah, we got a very early and very brief one that I caught none of, but thankfully our trackers are a little more eagle-eyed than we are.
Alright, we're getting the Ice Rod Cave check from both P-Train and Oro. Just following in the footsteps, cleaning up Cack Village from our other two runners.
And it looks like Edium is going to make a quick check and find that green rupee here on Lumberjack.
Yep, we just pulled the Moon Pearl out of Ice Rod Cave.
2/3 of that Dark World Access Care package need to find another glove or a hammer.
It looks like we're gonna rescue the old man real quick, just get the saving quick point. For Starfall, the glove was actually in Link's house.
And with that Moon Pearl, it looks like P-Train is going to do a little fake flippering. The Moon Pearl going to allow the Water Walk state to set when he walks back out of this waterfall here.
Yep. Just a blue boomerang.
Yep, not a whole lot unless you're a fan of one boomerang over the other, in which case you're either happy or not so happy.
Looks like P-Train's just gonna get some information on the another boomerang.
Have flippers get boomerangs. This, I guess this makes as much sense as anything.
Would you say it's a little random?
Quite possibly.
All right, let's see what we have in Spec Rock Cave over on Oro's side. Haven't included up the map. Oh, the Titansmiths. That's our finished Dark World access now. So we're gonna go get that out of Spec Rock Cave, and we're gonna be able to go into Dark World.
Yeah, it's a nice one to get. A lot of runners tend to prefer One Glove and Hammer as their Dark World access because this really just ties you down to entering at the village portal.
All right, we're getting the 3-tile bomb jump clipped into the wall just a step, and successful on Oro's side. P-Train finally opening the chest in Link's house. He grabbed his gloves, and it looks like he's going to go do Escape and Uncle. We have skipped that on Oro's side. We've not done the Escape sequence, which is actually very good for him since there is nothing there.
And that's going to be the Dark World map check. We have Green Pendant, Thieves Town, Pendant Skull Woods, Pendant Ice Palace, 5-6 at Swamp and Pod.
Ooh, you kind of hate to see that. Pendant Skull and Pendant Thieves with Myth's Dark World access. That's pretty gross.
Yep, not the greatest. Let's see what they decide they want to do with it.
Oh, the bow in the chess game.
And not a bad find, but we don't have any logical access over to Pod yet. I guess that Oro could take that bow over to Eastern if they were so inclined.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern is a crystal. I think we're going to finish off some Dark World.
And I think this is Edium saving the old man in the dark?
I believe so. Yep, that's a bat.
Yeah, had managed to get a little off track and discover a pit there, I think.
I wonder if we're going to dip the first 4 thieves. Looks like it.
Yep, given the opportunity, easy enough to treat this as a little bit of overworld.
Yeah, well, especially with both Skullwoods, and you don't really have logical access to a crystal dungeon other than Eastern Palace right now. So these checks are just as good as any other. You can't even prioritize Thieves over Skull, I guess, other than the fact that you're more bang for your buck in Thieves Town.
Edium's looking to be the second of our featured runners to find this glove here and gain, well, not actually going to be gaining Dark World access yet, has apparently not yet made that trip over to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah. With the flute activated, that's a pretty simple check to put off for later. Unfortunately, here it does have our Moon Pearl.
And before thinking about the mountain or eastern, Scruff is going to go ahead and take that book and go into desert.
Yeah. Taking the Death Warp on Oro's side. Oh, forgetting the fairy.
Going to be death warping just a little while longer.
Yep. We're gonna check on the torch, see if we need boots. Doesn't look like it. We got a piece of heart, so Just need fire to actually clear desert.
Yep, big key, so we'll have a small key in the big chest and then a chance for an item over there on the right-hand side, but it's entirely possible with this layout for the item to be on the boss, and with no fire, Scruff will not be going there.
Yeah. I will say Etium did take his fluted from the mountain, fluted right down, did his quick ice rod cave check, and now is very happy to find, I'm sure, the Moon Pearl. Gonna immediately go check the Meyer Medallion and check Meyer Shed for those 2 easy checks.
Couple
like
of
that
quick
play.
checks, yep. Got a little information to be getting on with, going to double check that map really quick.
I do like this play. It's like Bombos today for Meyer. Oh, Scruff still got bombs because we haven't picked
Has
our
not been to
sword
the
up
dam
yet.
yet.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like anything particularly interesting out of the Meyer shack there, so Etium back to the mountain, going to flute away again. P-Train about to save the old man is more or less on top of getting that glove and Dark World access.
Yep, just continuing on with our South Dark World checks now. We've got the mids. We get a hype cave check here.
Starting to wonder if we'll actually see some hype here this time, as we are running a little low on locations.
Yeah, I think you don't find it here in Hype Cave. You gotta go over to Eastern Palace. Which we're getting a Saha's Closet check from P-Train.
And Etium walking in nearly simultaneously.
Oh, so P-Train just rescued the old man.
Oro pulls the fire rod there
yeah.
out of Hype Cave.
And the mushroom. Just gonna waste a little more time on P-Train since we didn't go up to Spec Rock and check the cave.
Etium may be a little overexcited going into the witch's hut before turning in the mushroom.
Yeah, the apprentice doesn't need the mushroom. Just a piece of heart in the mushroom. I think here P-Train's gonna have to go up the mountain. Oh, or not. We're going into the desert.
Yeah, desert doesn't seem to have worked out for Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna all that well, so I don't know that this is really going to be anything that P-Train's looking for.
And finding that sword in Dam has to feel pretty bad. Being this, like, you've done Bomb Escape, you've done a bunch of other stuff, and your sword's just sitting in Dam.
Yeah, Bomb Escape, maybe more so the bomb usage there in Desert Palace on Scruff's side.
Yeah. P-Train gonna finally, it looks like he went and checked Agina. We're gonna go check Spec Rock Cave, maybe? No, we're fluting away again. Oh, no, we're gonna check. Okay, good.
Well, Oro has taken the hint from that bow and is in Eastern Palace now.
Yeah, we didn't get anything. We just got the fire rod out of ice. Not ice. Just got the fire rod out of Hype Cave, so, you know, you get this, and you've got Skullwoods, so... On Fighter Sword, that's not that great. You've got a fully clearable Crystal Dungeon here. Granted, out of logic with no lamp, but, well, maybe.
Yeah, it could just be a nothing item or a map or a compass in the Vanilla Big Key location, in which case the boss is in logic with Fire Rod.
Yeah, with Fire Rod. We're going to finish regardless. I don't think we've got the big key yet, so... P-Train picking up his mitt. Oh, we did get the big chest, so yeah, you're right. The boss is in logic.
Yeah, speaking of things that put other things in logic, the Cane of Samaria there, found in the front right chest of Skull Woods by Etium.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be really nice. Now, after Hype Cave, a little bit scary on Fighter Sword. You may be finding flippers soon, and then you've got Ice Palace access.
Eddie, I'm
Well,
considering the
can't
save
finish.
and quit there and then deciding against it.
Well, the hammer you can't finish ice, so it's probably not gonna happen. Let's see if our gamble paid off. Yes, it did into Eastern. Gonna be glad we got that out of logic because we just found the mirror.
Yep, nice lamp-locked mirror there. Oro will at least maybe be able to deduce a few things about the location of the lamp based on that.
Yeah, there's not that many places it could be, I guess. Basically, the rest of Skullwoods and the Bag of Thieves Town. And Catfish. No, you can't even get to Catfish.
Yep, Catfish would be illogical at the moment.
Yeah, so like literally Bag of Thieves or the rest of Skullwoods. Or Smith
And
Chain.
yeah, and P-Train is in the Thieves Town now, so we'll see how deep he wants to go.
Yeah, I gotta think the way he's been playing, probably the first 4.
Scruff finding that Moon Pearl at long last, going to flute to 3 and join everybody else on the Dark World portion of the expedition.
Yep, I mean with the knowledge that lamp is one of the items left in either one of the items in Skullwoods or one of the items in the back of Thieves Town, Oro may not get it.
I was going to have a really good chuckle if that was the lamp dropping from Armos Knights from
Okay,
Oro.
that could happen, yeah.
That would have been entirely logical with the fire rod.
I think we did Eastern before Saha's Classic. So we are going to the back on Scruff's side. Or just the middle. We're just gonna get the statue room chest.
A bit of a high five there from P-Train and Edium as they go different directions through the Village of Outcasts.
About to get our bow on Edium's side. Gonna get the Meyer medallion check from Oro. Get our miscellaneous junk out of Meyer shed. Although we can also check K45 on Oro's side. Because we did find that mirror out of logic.
Yep, one more new check that we'll get there. Meanwhile, Scruff is going to steal a key from the middle of Skullwoods here and take that to the front.
If we want, we can also just kill land moles right now. We do have the fire rods. Although I don't think Oro knows whether or not we're boots locked. We know we're not. Just a piece of heart checkerboard. The Etienne definitely taking the death warp here. Already set up.
Yep, has been sitting on 1 heart for quite a while now and avoiding all of the enemies very consciously.
Gonna save and quit, actually. I think we're gonna go to Eastern. Yeah, we checked we checked the front of Skullwoods, and then we're going straight over to Eastern Palace. Gonna be rewarded with the mirror.
One of those items you always like to have. It makes routing between Dark and Light World ever so much easier.
Yeah,
And P-Train is on a bit of a Froggy World tour here at the moment. This is something that Oro bypassed.
yeah. That's gonna feel even better for Etium because you gotta imagine they're gonna do the same thing here after this Eastern Palace, and with the mirror, that's gonna feel a lot better to hit up K45 and be able to do your mirror checks as well. And the Smith chain in general is just gonna be so much nicer. We can take purple chest all the way down all in one trip.
And as you had suspected a minute or so ago, Oro is going to go ahead and have a look at Lanmolas.
Yeah, it's a crystal. Just go finish it. You're gonna have to do it eventually. You're here now. Let's see what our breadsmiths, our dwarves, are manufacturing today. Looks like money.
Have a little counterfeit operation going on here outside the village.
P-Train gonna make the Mire Shed play. That's free 2 checks and free information. So.
And Scruff is working on these Village of Outcast checks. I did see the ferry pop up on Scruff's side. I'm not sure where the Death Warp was from. Was that within Thieves Town, maybe?
I think so. Oh, out of magic. Now we're on Fighter Sword.
At this point, some runners might be tempted to pull out the bow. It's certainly a more damaging weapon than the fighter sword is, but Oro's going to go ahead and stick it out with the Fisher-Price Hero's first sword here.
Yep, and good news for Etienne, we are going to go do the Out of Logic big key chest in Eastern Palace and pick up our mirror. That's one of the earliest dark rooms I think people learn.
It is, and
It's fairly simple.
knowing for sure that it's an item, having already seen map and compass and big key, there's not really a lot of reason to skip it, particularly when you're still missing things like part of your Dark World access and the hammer and any number of other items that you know you're going to need eventually.
Yep, P-Train gonna also pick up the mirror at the same time.
And that's Oro putting a second crystal on the board. They're now up 2-0 over our other featured runners, although Etium is going to be heading towards the Armos Knights here very shortly, and I expect that P-Train is going to be following right along behind.
Yep. I don't know where we died on Scruff's side, because we're doing Thieves now, so...
Looks like Oro is still missing a second item here, so he is back into Desert Palace.
Yeah, we don't have the fire rod over on Etium's side.
And it looks like Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna is going to give us our first look into the back of Thieves Town.
Oh, Etium taking a death. We still have our fair. No, we used it up in Thieves Town. Let's see if we go back in to kill Armos Knights. Probably. Yeah. We've already got the key.
One of those situations where it's not going to get a whole lot better unless you find the boots, or, of course, the lamp.
Yeah. Well, we've got the key. It'll be good to kill. His route, the route for Etium is actually going to look pretty good with having the mirror the first time we go do South Dark World.
Going to be able to chain all of those checks in just a little more cleanly than the other runners who've gone through the area so far.
All right, back at Thieves Town. Looks like we do have an item on the Hammerlock big chest.
Yep, compass showing up in the attic there. Not really what you want to see at this late date.
Oro just turned in the mushroom real quick. P-Train about to obtain his mirror.
Yep, one of those checks that's easy enough to do with the flute. And gonna go ahead and buy a little safety while they're here.
On one of the good things here in this Thieves Town is that at least you know Blind has an item. I think we got the map in the front.
And it looks like Oro is now going to give back that time of going to Uncle and maybe even the front of the escape sequence.
Yep. It's hard to throw away that many items. There's a good 4 fairly quick items.
While Edium picks up his first crystal there off of the Armos Knights, and P-Train is walking into the fight even as we speak, while Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna is on to phase 2 of Blind.
Oh, getting the script down. Oh, yeah. A little off at the end, doesn't matter.
Yep, mostly you want the first couple of phases to go properly, and then you have a little health to play with there at the end.
P-Train picking up his first crystal.
And Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna picking up the green pendant.
Yeah, Back at Thieves doesn't feel nearly as bad, given that it was green. P-Train going into the main entrance of Desert with the book. That surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it really that much faster or slower?
I mean, I think
a couple of mirror transitions does take a little while.
It's a good point. I mean, I guess it depends on the layout a little bit, right? Because we're gonna have to go to the. We'll probably, if we want the item, we have to go to the far right side, right? And then it's nice to mirror right back to the door you need to go out to finish. Although maybe we'll actually go into Dark World and do K45 with land moles with the mirror. No, we're skipping the items. We're just going to go straight to the boss.
Yep, hoping to just see the second item on the boss. Not going to work out this time, but it's a play that I understand. It's a crystal boss that you need to beat eventually anyway.
Yeah, the purple chest is actually pretty isolated for all of our runners except for Etium.
That is going to be an interesting play when he gets around to making it, which appears to be nowish.
Yeah, we were doing Smith, so he gets to take the purple chest on the South Dark World tour and end up with the lunchbox.
Oro just going to make the straight shot through the escape sequence here, has not made the back checks yet apparently. Scruff going to find that fire rod and hype cave. That's an interesting find on Edium's side, that magic powder.
Yeah, that not really my favorite thing to have without the hammer.
Yeah, how
It's a
badly
little,
do you want to throw away Dark World access there and have to go reacquire it? But
that's just,
sometimes the hammer is just there.
yeah, it's just a little, it just feels bad no matter when you do it. Because you're either leaving behind purple chest or you're leaving behind. Hey, we're just gonna finish purple chest. I think we do it. Maybe we do it right after this though. We'll probably go read the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, gonna go wander off and hit Hype Cave first, just in case.
I guess I wasn't aware. I didn't realize that you could leave the purple chest more a screen transition away from going into the underworld into a cave.
Yep, it is possible. Oro now going to go ahead and see what Skull Woods has to offer. Of course, we know that that Cane of Samaria is in the front.
I'm gonna pick up the full magic in the bombable wall as well. You know, interesting fact: you don't want to hit the red berry if you're gonna pick that. Try to get that full magic because it'll delete the sprite of the lamp on purple chest.
Ah, and the lamp on purple chest. So there's our access to the mirror, logically.
Ooh, that's kind of gross. Logic didn't want you to have a good time and do things fast this seed, I guess.
Yep, this is what sequence breaks are good for. Know your dark rooms. And avoid rando shenanigans just like this.
All right, chat, this is for you. Oro's gonna get a peg check in. Piece of heart. You've stabbed the pedestal. It's dead.
Now it looks like P-Train is going to take that mirror up and give us a look at Tower of Hera.
Interesting. So we can't do anything else on the mountain, so it's just Tower of Hera. And I guess we can read the Ether Tablet.
Yeah, if you're going to be up there anyway, it certainly can't hurt.
Just 3 bombs. Not gonna need that. Did Etienne check the Ether Tablet or the Bombos tablet?
If he did, I did not catch it.
A bottle with like.
Ah, this is what we have trackers for. Thank you, Jaxie.
Well, no, chat's helping us out because he couldn't actually get it. Oh, it is Jaxie. So, Jaxie's the tracker. Good job. You're paying more attention than me. We got a fighter sword moth happening here on Oro's side. Not really the nicest fight.
Not really the nicest fight. Oro did happen to pick up a blue potion when they were over at the magic shop earlier, though, so probably going to play this out if the moth is not dead before the potion needs to be used anyway.
Got one more
Likely to
hit.
see some fire rod coming in.
Oh, so close. One fighter sword spin away from not needing that potion.
Yep, that's what the safeties are there for, though, to make sure that you do not die and actually get the boss killed instead of yourself.
Yep, just I think a red rupee on moth, right? Did I see that right? No,
Yeah, that was just a red rupee on Mothula.
so that's our
No
second
value.
item. We don't Oro does not know that, but we know Canis Amara is sitting in the front.
Yep, the runners who came up here without the fire rod may be going to have a little advantage.
Yeah, let's on Peter's side, let's see what we get out of Hera here. Really not wanting to dip any deeper independent dungeons. P-Train. ₹50.
Yeah, not really the kind of thing you're looking for, but the boss does have a crystal.
Yeah, we had to do this eventually anyways.
Going to take the scenic route a little bit, apparently.
It's just-
Eddie, I'm picking up the second crystal here in Desert Palace.
Yep. We didn't really get that powder's kind of looming, given that we got it out of a kind of isolated check now on everyone else's side except for Eddie. Oh, P-Train just getting trolled, just bodied by Moldorm. Worst possible spot.
And the worm turns. Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, picking up the crystal off of the Armos Knights, has also gathered that mirror in hand.
Yep. About to get our second item in the back here, Desert, the final chest that we can check. We do know that there is a heart piece on the torch. Won't be seeing that again. Not getting anything out of Desert. Let's see where Etium goes next. I think I kind of like the powder play.
Yeah, we're starting to kind of narrow the choices down to that and not a whole lot else.
No, we have Hera. So we're gonna do the same thing we did for P-Train here. Did P-Train fall again on Moldorm? Oh, green pendant was 3 arrows. Or 10 arrows.
Yeah, that's narrowing our options down yet further.
P-Train taking out the angry Moldorm. Gonna get a third crystal. And a Master Sword for his trouble. Luckily,
Yeah,
the
Master Sword's a good get.
basement locking itself in the basement key. Love to see it. You don't like to see the basement.
Not going to find any runner who's going to complain about that one.
Oro going ahead and doing the purple chest route down south. Has the mirror gonna also pick up the powder? Oh, P-Train had to do the basement for the big key. Yeah, we're gonna get the same moves out of Etium here, I guess. Full clear of Hera.
And probably see some similar things out of Oro after they turn this purple chest in and get that lamp.
Yeah, so no one has done Zora, but P-Train did check the ledge. And it was just a red ruby. But yeah, we definitely, knowing what we know, are running out of checks.
Not a whole lot of options remaining. That powder becomes more and more outstanding as we go along.
Yeah, I think Powder and Zora is the only things that we haven't seen, right? In Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, I think that's it. Powder, Zora, Graveyard Ledge. Those are some pretty not good checks. In a vacuum.
Yeah, that seems to be what the seed wants. Go do your absolutely terrible checks in an absolutely terrible way. Now, sometimes you can sequence break around that, but sometimes you can't.
I mean, if Powder has something, it'd be pretty. Would have been real spicy if someone had decided to fake Powder with the mushroom.
That would have had to be a non-P-Train runner since he has still yet to go up into that Skullwoods area and pick the Cane of Samaria up.
Yeah. I'm getting the Hera play from Scruff as well. Just finishing up here on Etienne's side.
Yep, it's a bit of convergence. Everybody except, P-Train got there first and is already on to make other checks.
Yep. Oh, and he can get the bottle off of the Bombos tablet. We got a Master Sword from Wolverine. Alright, I think he's gonna go check Powder, P-Train is. So we've already done Purple Chest. Or we're gonna go to Skullwoods.
Yep, could be something like Skullwoods over to Graveyard Ledge and then come
No,
back
we're gonna-
for Button Up, but maybe
we're
just
gonna-
do Powder first.
We're gonna do Powder and then go to Skullwoods. Ooh, if we get progression somewhere, it's gonna... If he doesn't check Skull... Oh, no. No, we're gonna go Bumper Ledge and then check Skullwoods. Well, probably... Actually, we'll do... I don't know. I think we're gonna do Skullwoods, and we're probably gonna Kern jump over to Catfish and Zora. Or we're just gonna Kern jump to Catfish and Zora and not do Skullwoods.
Ah, and the Angry Worm has turned on Etium. There's another one of those falls. Moldorm
Oh, yeah.
playing nice today.
Fighter Sword Moldorm is really not most fun. Oh, got Scruff too. Moldorm being really trolly. Just
Okay, Oro, you're our last hope.
oh, Etienne again in the bad spot.
Yeah, I think we're 2 for 2 on center holes now. Here's Scruff
Yeah.
going to come back in for round 2 with the worm.
Let's. Trolldorm's just. I'm rooting for Oro here on this Trolldorm fight. Someone's got to beat the worm today. There we go, going down on Scruff's side. Oh, God. That was pretty close. All right, Oro, let's see what you can do. Yeah, so we did Kern jump over on P-Train's side.
Yep, the worm not having anything from anybody. Meanwhile, P-Train going along his own merry way is going to show us Catfish.
Yep, and then we'll probably go do Zora right afterwards. Oh, no. The worm strikes again. 4 for 4.
And Moldorm appears to be winning every game today.
Oh, and a Tempered Sword on Catfish. That feels pretty good. Out of logic. We're not going to get Zora. P-Train.
That's interesting, even though Zora is the logical check between the two.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised. Maybe he wants to be on the West Dark World side. You can always flute to 2 and walk up there. It's not too bad. And walking
Yeah,
out of
certainly
Zora
could
is
be.
very slow, so...
This is true.
And you'd want to keep your Dark World portal. So actually, I don't mind this. Going to Pyramid, Ledge, because that might be our logical East Dark World access could be Aga. So this is actually a very good idea. Check the Ledge, because if it's got Hammer, all of a sudden you're in really good position. We're getting our Magic Bat from Etienne.
He does not have the hammer, but it
Money.
does
He
have
does have
flippers.
the flippers. Yes. So Aga was our logical East Dark World access, it seems. So P-Train sequence breaking Aga. I'm assuming that we're gonna get the same thing from Scruff here. Probably all of our runners. I believe all of them are familiar with either Ancilla Splash Lead or with the current jump. The sequence break over here.
Yeah, seems like an entirely reasonable guess. You know, we've had everybody now but Mr. Scruff pick up a third crystal there off the worm. Mr. Scruff had opted for the Thieves Town play instead. That green pendant's not paying out quite so well as one might have hoped.
I think Scruff did take out Muldorm.
It took out Muldorm, but
Oh,
has
not
has not done land moles yet.
That's right, because he went in really early with bombs and cleared out the items, and so it's just land moles. Just land moles where we know there's no item. Oh, first try current jump on Scruff's side. Probably going to go up to Catfish, grab our... Go up to Catfish, grab the Tempered Sword. Getting our first look at Pod now.
And maybe surprisingly not bow-locked early.
And we didn't get anything on Magic Dad, so that powder was nothing. Gonna see the current jump here for Etienne as well. A little too high, I think.
Looks like the Hinox wanted to play a little bit there, and he had to take a step back and have a look.
This should work. Oh. Still a little too high.
Yep, there it is on Etienne's side, and now Oro
hitting
is
it.
having a go as well.
Yeah, I've seen several really interesting sword buffer strats recently. Either spins or slashes on a rhythm for people to try to time it. There's also the tree run strat where you can just kind of drop the bomb as soon as you hit the tree and run over and you get there at the right time. Kind of like tap up. Enoch's not playing nice with these two of the runners.
And Scruff's gonna go ahead and show us the Zora Lord here.
Yep. Oh, getting in on Aurora's side. Let's see what King Zora has. Scamfish is going to, I'm sure, scam us. Yes. That's it. Hey, you know, someone might say that's it's a 1% return.
That is a vast and deep scam, is what that is.
Yeah, so this is the slow part. P-Train not having done this. Gonna get a splash delete on Etienne's side to check the waterfall while we're over here at Catfish. I'd imagine that means we're also gonna go pay the fish for our join the pyramid scheme. We've gotten the hook shot in Pod on P-Train's side.
Yeah, hookshot's nice. Finally, some more mountain access.
Yeah, so this finding that we're definitely in an Agaseed that we've all sequence broke on the restream at least. You know, this walk is actually a little faster for Etienne because we splash deleted into the waterfall and have water walking state. So we can walk out a little quicker.
Yep, it's a nice additional advantage. Gonna save a second or two.
Like, same on Oro's side. We also have the hammer in pod, so pod is just the place to be. So now we
Yeah,
can full clear it.
just go to pod, get your progression items like you do.
P-Train gonna have to push the statue.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting on P-Train's side, because with the hammer and the hook shot, a next play for Light and Dark Mountain makes a lot of sense, but if, say, the Turtle Rock Medallion shows up there, the Cane of Samaria is going to be hidden for quite some time.
I don't know. P-Train is either... he also has full ice access right now. And so, without the cane.
Yeah, otherwise seems to be in really good shape. You could probably call this a slight lead, or certainly an advantage on P-Train's side until you take that Cane of Samaria into consideration.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to make the Ice Palace play. Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong screen. Yeah, we'll see where P-Train heads next. You're right. We've got a lot of access on the mountain. But we also have a fully clearable crystal dungeon. What would you do in this situation? If you were in P-Train's spot? Oh, getting the Ether Medallion on Hylia Island as well. Scruff side.
Yeah, solid play by Scruff. We don't know what TR's medallion might be yet, but having that in hand certainly can't hurt. And as for me, I would be really tempted by the mountain play here. I don't know how, in this situation you say, well, I'm just going to go to the front of Pendant Skull Woods when I have the entirety of Light and Dark Mountain available to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's very reasonable, but would you clear ice first? Given that it's a fully clearable crystal.
Ice is a pendant, or at least that's what the trackers are saying.
Oh, you're right. Ice is pendant. I am incorrect.
Yeah, if ice is a crystal dungeon, you just go right there. There's no reason not to, but I don't think that pendant ice has a whole lot of draw compared to the entirety of the East Light and Dark Mountain.
No, do not mismark. Do not mismark your tracker. Our tracker is definitely not mismarking. The worst feeling if you mismark a tracker and run into a pendant dungeon, full clear it, and then say, "Oh crap, this was supposed to be a crystal."
Yeah, and then that necklace falls from the sky, and you say, "Uh-oh."
Now, Etienne going to give back his time from escape. Unfortunately, all of our other runners that are doing escape, a little bit faster than trying to do it with bombs. Having any sword at all. Having tempered sword, much faster.
Yeah, now, speaking of trackers and having things marked, Oro appears to have foregone the play down to Pyramid and Palace of Darkness and instead has gone back over to the West Dark World and is in the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah, oof. So I think this is going to put, on our restream at least, I think P-Train probably ahead. I think that Scruff is going to be in a clear second place, if not ahead. P-Train going into Swamp Palace now. It's the logical play. We have full access and a bunch of items here. It's a crystal.
Yeah, a perfectly acceptable place under other circumstances to go looking for that Cane of Samaria, but we know that P-Train's not going to find it here.
Yeah. We also need our Bombos tablet still, so...
Was Bombo's tablet not the red potion, and I thought P-Train grabbed it?
No, Bombo's medallion, because that's
the
higher
Bombo's
access.
medallion, yes, correct.
So we're looking for Samaria, Ice Rod, and Bombos medallion. And possibly boots, likely not. And the first person up the mountain is Scruff.
Yes, but Scruff has bounced from Palace of Darkness without picking up the hammer.
Ooh. I wonder why.
I couldn't even begin to tell you, but is going to be rewarded with the Butter Sword. That's not really the reward he's going to want, I don't think.
No, Ooh, that... Alright, I'm gonna change my opinion on... Whoever gets the pod after P-Train is in second place. So it's looking like probably Etienne, if he decides to full clear it.
Yep, Oro going to go ahead with that powder play, rewarded with the absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Oro actually has left. Having not, I mean, at this point, you gotta go back into Dark World and go Kern Jump again, right? Unless you want to do Aga. Because you're out of checks other than East Dark World, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the size of it on Oro's side.
Oh, that's gotta feel pretty bad, actually. Getting the cape out of Super Bunny Cave?
Yeah, not a bad safety to have, but gee, I'm pretty sure we've seen Bumper Ledge and it wasn't anything that we were going to write home about.
Nope, nothing useful. We're trying to pick up some bombs on Oro's side for that Kern Jump. You know that the spear guards are in the bomb pack.
And it doesn't look like P-Train has found anything more interesting than that half magic in the first chest of Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
Went over and went ahead for the full left side play.
Oro, one bomb left.
Yep, Scruff into Hookshot Cave, finding a couple of pieces of heart.
Red mail. Oh, don't save and quit. Go to Graveyard Ledge. Oro. We can kill the guards, I guess. If you're ever in this position where you are out of bombs, and you're trying to Kern Jump, you can always, and you have the mirror, you can always go over to Graveyard Ledge and pick up the 5 bombs in a row.
Yeah, being currently out of bombs, it looks like Oro is opting for the green pendant turn-in first. To play off a comment in chat that Scruff is not obeying the TR rule, Scruff cannot obey the TR rule because Scruff left Palace of Darkness without the hammer.
Yep. I think he realizes it now. Oh no, we're going to ice. Oh no. We're going to ice without the hammer. Oof.
That is not the spot you want to be in. Ice Palace with no hammer is not pleasant.
Getting the good phase 2 quick kill from P-Train's side. On to Argus. Rewarded with the final item, which is the map. But also his 6th crystal, right? No, 5th.
Yep, 5th. We have medallion hunts on our hands, and an ice rod hunt, and a Samari hunt for P-Train, and a hammer hunt for most everybody else.
Yeah, hey, we're about to get our hammer, it looks like, on Etienne's side here. Can't imagine we don't go over to Dark Maze. Samaria is in the front of Skull Woods. Oh, P-Train gonna go back in for the big chest. You got one more item and one more chest. It's not too much time. Getting nothing out of Swamp Palace. P-Train, I'm assuming, is gonna head up the mountain, but I think at this point we are fairly certain that Ice Palace probably has a tablet, right?
Well, P-Train looks like is going to, well, maybe not give us the Pyramid Fairy check. I thought that Pod and Swamp were marked for those, but maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe P-Train just has other designs. Maybe the Ether Medallion first?
Yeah, we're gonna get Ether. Well, especially before we go up the mountain for P-Train. I didn't see, did Scruff check the TR medallion? He did. It is Ether tablet as well, so. So we did need that Ether medallion. Now we're gonna do Pyramid Fairy.
Yep, and Oro finally scripting those flippers up, you know, brush a little dirt off of them. Gonna take them over here and check Hobo real quick.
Yep. I think P-Train's play here is to do Pyramid Fairy and then immediately go up the mountain. You got TR access, so a lot of checks up the mountain for P-Train. And he's essentially cleared all but ice in the overworld.
Yep, Ice Palace, one of those things that you're going to do if you have to, and not before.
Yeah, it looks like Scruff foregoing Icebreaker.
Forgoing Icebreaker because, well, you're getting a chest that's hammer locked, and Scruff
That's
is looking
true.
for the hammer, obviously.
Oh,
and
you're
is also
right.
going to bypass doing the Ice Palace bomb jump for similar reasons.
I keep forgetting that we
Forgetting
left the Dark Maze pod with the lamp too.
Getting Helmasaur King here on Etium's side. We'll wait just a couple more seconds for P-Train to blow the pyramid wall open.
Let's see what we get. We're gonna see our Ice Rider Bombos tablet, silver arrows, and the wrong medallion.
Wrong yellow coin game. Pyramid Fairy handing out green potions. That's not terrible.
No, that'll be pretty good. Not super useful with the silver arrows and a temper sword, but still, safeties are safeties.
Yeah, if nothing else, lets you use a little more fire rod in the gauntlet.
Chat pointing out vanilla silvers.
Yeah, vanilla silvers was fine. Scruff at long last going to come back to Skull Woods here.
P-Train actually went up the mountain and doesn't have Samaria, so we actually can't go into TR.
Yep, for various reasons, we're going to be putting off TR for a little while longer. Etium going to go ahead and make the swamp play here.
Yep, looks like we're going to go clean up Moth on Scruff's side. We got nothing out of Swamp Palace. Full clear.
Yeah, full clear. Best thing that was in there was the half magic in the first chest.
Yeah. I think on Butter Sword. Yeah, never mind. If we're looking for one item on Scruff's side, I think you definitely do the walk chest instead of going back to kill Moth. Just in case you don't have to kill Moth.
Well, I think he'd seen everything else, and I think the key logic should have told him that the item was on the boss there. I could be going crazy.
I think you're right. No, because he just got the dungeon item, right? The map was there? Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, hopefully somebody who actually understands these things is in chat and can fill us all in.
Yeah, the only thing that a small key can't be on Moth. So if he was looking, still had a small key left, then he should have known that the item was on Moth. But
Thinks about not taking the pendant, decides to take it after all.
you probably want it for the refill.
And Oro getting a little bullied by a mini Helmasaur there in the back of Palace of Darkness.
Oh, we're gonna take him out with this pot.
Seems to be a rough day for our runners and pits in any number of dungeons. We've had falls going on left, right, and center hole today.
We'll see how round 2 with Moldorm goes.
I have to imagine the runners are going to be loaded up and ready for that one, but I think everybody's going to wind up on Buttersword long before they make it to Moldorm 2.
Agreed. All right, I think Scruff is going to head back to Pod.
I don't know that Scruff has all that many other options. Is going
No
to
way.
go ahead and burn all the magic off first and fake powder.
Yeah. So going this way to Pod is actually slower than going to Link's house. So you're right. Just going to check. Picking up our hammer on Oro's side.
Well, the problem for Scruff is he has to come at Palace of Darkness from this way, because, again, Hammer Portal, unless he wants to go kill Aga real quick.
Oh, you're right. Hammer Porter. Crap. At least he doesn't have to current jump, right?
Yeah, and I don't know that anybody with the hammer has actually come back to the village area. It's Scruff who's still kind of flailing around looking for that piece of the Dark World access puzzle.
Yeah, we're gonna get our first look at Spike Cave from P-Train here. We've cleared the whole mountain, and we still haven't gotten anything we need. Really doesn't like the front of Skullwoods.
But there's something else. That's the Bombos medallion. Yeah, going to be able to get into Mire now.
Definitely need that. Ooh. Unfortunately, he's probably going to dip. Having put off the front of Skullwoods so much, he's probably going to dip Mire before we... Yep. Get the cane, so we can't full clear. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate for P-Train.
Mr. Scruff probably a little unhappy there. Burn off the entire magic bar with the cape so that you can fake powder. Next check, what do you find? The powder.
Yep.
Or we're going to go ahead and face off against Helmasaur King here. We'll have crystal number 4 in hand shortly.
Yeah, I think depending on when Oro goes up the mountain and actually does Spike Cave. They may be ahead of P-Train having to double dip Mire like this.
I think the big difference there is that P-Train already has an entire dungeon clear ahead
Swamp.
in addition to
That's
finding
true.
that
No, you're
Bombos
right.
medallion.
Swamp Palace.
Etium's probably closer to evening that thing out, since the crystal count is about to even up between those two runners, but Etium still has that full mountain play ahead of him.
Yup. And he'll probably, before Bombos, we'll probably go into TR because we have the cane. Yeah, we are in, I would say we are in almost certain no mode. We have a 1 in 22 shot of needing our boots.
Well, we are once we find an ice rod.
Oh, and Ice Rod. Yeah, no, you're right.
It's probably just vacationing in Turtle Rock again, like
Yeah,
it does.
I just made the assumption it was in Turtle Rock.
Or, you know, maybe it's hammerlocked in Ice Palace.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the choices, right? It's either or Big Chest of Thieves Town.
Yeah, there are some terrible options available. At this point, the runners probably hope that they're going to find it in its vacation home there. Just having a little lava bath like you do when you're an ice rod. Scruff dipped in for the first check of Swamp there, finds the half magic, but, well, still no hammer, so away we go.
Oh, Oro. Draining the dam and forgetting that we need to come from Dark World, so we have a mirror portal.
Not the first time a runner has done that, I'll own up to it.
Hey, especially with all the cross keys going on.
That at least is not my problem, a mode that I do not play, but I've made the mistake anyway.
It looks like still no Ice Rod in Buyer.
Yeah, we definitely saw at least an item because there was a full heart container on the cutscene chest.
Gonna take out Swamp Palace on Oro's side. I'm sure, going to full clear it at this point.
Yep, finally having found that hammer has gotten back on the right track.
We do find the Ice Rod in Mire. So we get to go mode TR. If we, well, once we find the cane from P-Train.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for the rest of the runners who are going to get up there with the cane.
Yeah, they're gonna full clear TR. TR not the worst dungeon to full clear. You may end up having to almost full clear it anyways, just because of the key layout. Usually there's a key on Laser Bridge and you get stuck doing it anyways. P-Train cane from Go mode, about to go check the front of Skull Woods and find that cane, and he'll actually be able to route in Turtle Rock as his 7th crystal, so this is going to feel really good when we find the cane near the front of Skull. He does the front first. Yep. Yep, he's going to immediately get the cane from this first chest. And be very happy.
Probably has a few choice words for having skipped that location for so long, but that is go mode for P-Train at 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Yes, you know, all in all, this has been a pretty quick seed.
Yeah, staying in logic in this seed, definitely not the way to go.
No.
You know, getting that mirror beforehand, because otherwise you were expected to do mirrorless purple chest to go get your lamp to pick the mirror up out of the lamp-locked chest in Eastern. And the shenanigans have just continued from there.
Oh yeah, the logic of this, the actual logic would be very gross. And Scruff finally sitting in Palace of Darkness, getting her hammer. Probably not feeling the best.
This is an alternate form of Diver Down on Oro's side that I am not conversant with. I've I've heard how the tech is performed, but it still just looks like witchcraft and wizardry to me. Just slash your sword around for a while, and all of a sudden you clip in between the Samaria block and the rail.
Oh, Scruff actually doesn't have the hammer yet. Scruff didn't have the big key because he hasn't gone to the right side. Now we have the big key. Now, vanilla hammer. So.
Alright, maybe a vanilla hammer yump for a vanilla hammer.
Yeah, maybe.
Or just a quick room away from the Argus fight here.
Yep. E-Train executing the spooky action glitch to flip those switches. Gonna go take out Vitreous. We've got silver arrows. This is a free fight. Oh, we're just gonna spin.
Yeah, just gonna use the silvers to clean up phase 2. Hang on to the rest of them for later. And that adds a 6th crystal to the board for P-Train.
Yeah, and then so we're a go mode TR, and again in tower climb at a pig death. Good old slaughter. And we're fully decked out. Butter sword, red mail, silver arrows. That makes Ganon fairly trivial.
What's maybe a little less trivial than normal is the tower climb itself. Normally you have boots when you're doing that, but, well, those haven't shown up yet.
Yeah, they can actually be in... They cannot be in the tower. Right? Because this was an Agate seed, logically. So, the boots have to be somewhere early? Wait, where could the boots be?
I'm still getting stuck on where you think the boots lock was there.
Oh, no, you're right. No, you don't have to bonk the tree because you need the item. You just need to kill Agate. You're right.
Yeah, I don't think that the logical implications of that green single rupee are going to be weighing on the minds of our runners all that heavily.
No, you're absolutely right. I think Agate, I'm like, oh, you gotta have the boots. No. You needed it for Dark World, specifically.
Yep, specifically East Dark World to grab those flippers so that you could, well, come back to Pod later if you wanted, although at that point you had your Eastern Dark World access and you could walk right over.
Yeah, that was brain fart from me. So boots absolutely could be in the tower. Probably are in the tower. If the big key is on the torch, that's very unfortunate.
Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna claiming the crystal off of the Helmasaur King raises his count to 3. It has been a bit of an adventure on Mr. Scruff's side. Let's see, making that early play to the Green Pendant and Thieves Town, making the play through Skull Woods.
Even at the start with the bomb escape in the bomb desert.
And here's Edium as expected, going to follow P-Train into Turtle Rock, but, well, we happen to know that the Ice Rod is hiding in Mire.
Yeah, I mean, P-Train not having the cane actually probably saved him time here. It saved him a mountain climb.
Well, if he'd come in on the first mountain climb, he would have been here anyway doing things like East Light Mountain, Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So I guess it's just the go mode part. But I don't know that we've gotten the big key, have we? Maybe we have.
It could be. One key is as good as another, right? We'll see very quickly when P-Train either
Yeah.
steals this pokey key or uses it.
I didn't think we had the big key, so... Hello, big key, so...
Yep, TR big key, hard at work in its vanilla location.
Yo, you're right. P-Train has not found a shield.
The only one of our runners who has found a shield is Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna.
Yeah. In Ice Palace, right? Oh.
That was the second one. I don't recall where the first one was.
Were they both in Ice Palace? I'm trying to think of what else everyone else has checked what he has checked that everyone else has not. P-Train at least gonna get to skip Mimic Cave.
Chat's gonna back us up on this. Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna was the only one who opted to pick that shield up, the first shield off of the race game.
Oh, so we must have blind checked it. It was like, I'm getting it. Hey, we're saving so many frames here, not having a shield, though.
Save all the frames you can, they add up eventually.
All the saved frames.
Looks like Oro is going to go ahead and join the party on the mountain here.
Yep. Sure, we'll head straight into TR as soon as we finish the mountain up. Yeah, see, here's where the big difference is, because we gotta check Mimic Cave still on Etiem's side, because we don't know where Bombos is. We'll get it right after TR, fortunately. Bootsless laser skips. P-Train had enough of that. Just gonna throw the cape on.
Yep, have the cape, have half magic. Why not actually get some use out of it?
This is a high heart seed. Is that 17 hearts from P-Train?
Yeah, our runners are a little over establishment on hit points this seed, aren't they? Must not be stand hard.
Still no boots the whole seed? Ugh.
And you can just tell how terrible and roundabout the seed was when runners of this caliber are sitting here and P-Train is only now at probably 129 going to be ending Crystal Catch on Crystal number 7.
Yeah.
Etium also on Laser Bridge, holding out hope here, but it is not to be. And there is P-Train with that catch of Crystal number 7 at 1:28.5. So, well, it is that time. Time for a little game to throw some numbers in chat because it is that time for the final climb. P-Train getting ready to climb Ganon's tower, but before you can climb the tower, you have to rummage around in the basement of 22 possible locations where that big key might be hidden from you.
I'm a fan of picking 5. I've never been right, but I'm gonna say 5.
Yeah, 5's a nice check.
I will say I am very happy that Etienne has decided to go back up after leaving the back of Turtle Rock to check Spike Cave for his gun. The problem Right. It would have been very easy to dip out of Turtle Rock. It would have been very easy to dip out of Turtle Rock and flute straight over to Meyer. Not Meyer. Well, yeah, flute to Meyer. Dip it for Kane. Not Kane. For Ice Rod looking, because this is a one-off check and you're kind of gonna go to the other side of the mountain.
Yep, and while P-Train is heading towards Compass Room, I do note that we have several people in chat saying, "Come on, Torch Key."
You guys are mean. He's gonna get it here in right side. Not dealing with Gibdos today.
Eddie, I'm taking an intentional death there. Looks like he's attempting to save his portal.
I think we know that's not gonna be possible, given. I guess it is. As long as you don't mirror, it's fine, right?
And the dreams of the Torch Faithful are dead.
Oh. P-Train probably still wants to find boots. It really does make the climb so much more comfortable.
Yeah, nothing doing in the Stelco's room, though. This big key appears to be a bit elusive.
There's the boots. See, now we're happy.
Now, finally, at 1 hour and 31 minutes, we can go fast.
We've got Pyramid's Fairy here on Scruff side. Gonna pick up the silver arrows. And at least think to himself, well, at least Ganon will be fast.
Yeah, and be taunted by that Quake Medallion.
There we go, found our big key. Number 11.
Yep, all the things you could possibly want for a tower climb: 17 hearts, red mail, butter sword, silver arrows, half magic with the cape and the boots. P-Train's sitting pretty here.
You know, by the way, congratulations to Oasis and Oakenstein. No, Oasis wins. Torch counts. It's 12. We see it, it counts.
Alright, it looks like Scruff is going to come back for hammer pegs here. At this late date, we actually are still going to see it.
We get these. We did get the Silver Arrow spooky setup here from Etienne.
Yep, a number of ways you can preserve that value. The silver arrows are among them.
Oh, I think Ice Rod, Silver Arrows. I think you could do it with Fire Rod, but it's kind of difficult.
Yep, there's an old way to do it, throwing a Samaria block into the pit, I think, and doing some other shenanigans. I have no idea how that one works.
P-Train with the really quick 3 Silver Arrow Lamels kill. Making quick work of the Ganon's Tower climb.
Yep, Eddie, I'm rushing the boss here in hopes that the ice rod appears, but this is just a small key, going to be forced to come back in. That does put crystal number 6 on the board for him, however.
Yep, just finishing up TR once he finds that ice rod left. Alright, we're about to get round 2 with Moldorm. On P-Train side.
Let's see, P-Train likely out for vengeance here. The Worm's younger brother had quite a few things to say to him, but now the Boots and the Butter Sword say, well, here's to you.
No, we're gonna leave him alive. we're gonna hover.
Yep, gonna hit him once to say, you know what, here's yours, and then just gonna hover right across the gap.
I love how the bumpers look when Moldorm's in the other room still alive. They just constantly jiggle. Yeah, that's a good hover for P-Train.
Now on to what should have been the refight with the wizard, but every one of our featured runners today has sequence broken around the Aga 1
Oh, we
play.
get a 2-cycle! The dream!
The double triple is real for P-Train. Blink and you miss it, the pig appears.
Man, I think that's the first one I've seen live.
Oro seems to have taken a bit of an adventure there on the maze platform, but has gotten things righted now.
Alright, P-Train getting our 6 slashes in phase 1, 6 slashes in phase 2, 4 silver arrows. Well, phase 3, 4 more slashes.
All reasonably free and easy with the Butter Sword. With that much health on the red mail, it's not like you have to worry about taking the occasional ancillary fire bat hit.
Oh no, silver is my true weakness. Gonna get a double here. One more arrow. Oh. Pig is dead.
The pig is dead, long live the king! P-Train's gonna stand there with that sword raised in the victory pose for just a minute while the fanfare finishes playing out. And as soon as he crosses that bridge, we can inform you that P-Train has finished first on the restream and first overall with a time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 41 seconds. Good game.
GG's to P-Train. And we are joined by P-Train. GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, good game to you.
Appreciate it.
That seed wanted a little bit of everything out of you, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a weird one. I kind of like jokingly. So there were two things that were going in my mind when I sequence rogue pod. Number one, wouldn't it be cool if it was actually an Aga seed and the pendant dungeons that were so easily available weren't required? That was the first thing. The second thing is, wouldn't it be cool to like keep the intended dungeon order going like as long as possible? Then I did desert, then I did Hera, then I was like, let's dive pod, you know, and then I found hookshot. I was like, hey, let's do swamp, like let's just keep it on, you know.
Did not notice that, but that's funny.
Yeah. So, step one to being an expert top tier rando runner right there. Just keep crap like that in the back of your mind.
Just pick your personal meme and stick with it.
Yep.
Hey,
I was shocked whenever it actually worked out, though. Like it worked out really well, surprisingly.
Yeah, you not having Kane and just like the plague avoiding Skull Woods kind of almost could have saved you a mountain trip depending on how you would have routed TR without the ice rod.
Yeah, truth. Even that, like, actually, my focus, I wanted to do hammer pegs and magic bat first before touching any of the pendant dungeons. But then I realized, I was like, oh, well, I have to go to that portal anyways. So I might as well, like, dive... Like, it felt weird to walk away from Skull Woods, you know? Like, it's one thing not to go into Thieves Town, because it takes you a while to get to those items. But to walk away from Skull Woods to go do Magic Bat and Hammer Pegs felt a little weird. Also, at that point, I was one item from Go mode, so I was like, oh, well, if it's on the pedestal, you know, maybe I save a little bit of time by going to Skull Woods first. And as it would happen, the one chest I opened in Skull Woods had Go mode in it. So
Yeah.
at that point, I was like, man, I feel really good about this.
Oh yeah. It looks like we have entered Go mode for, well, we will soon once we pick up our ice rod after getting that Bombos tablet. We're about to enter the tower on Etium's side.
Yep, and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna just now getting the bad news that the ice rod is not vacationing in Turtle Rock today.
Yeah, not having an ice rod Go mode is really helpful in this scene. Because once like, I can't imagine like what you do if you get Kane early. Then I imagine Bombos is probably your Go mode, right? Well, Bombos is probably your ice rod mode, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, you with a God Mire, you absolutely take, in my opinion, you absolutely take advantage of that and go straight to Turtle Rock. So yeah, not having an ice rod Go mode is very advantageous for this scene.
I think that's actually what we saw at Etium. We had to actually go back in to get our ice rod. We actually went up Turtle Rock, finished it, didn't find the ice rod, went into the mire, got the big key, finished the dungeon, and then went back in.
Yeah, because that particular mountain trip had to culminate in Bomb Boost to actually get you into Mire to begin with.
Yeah, doing Bombos tablet was kind of a weird one because it wasn't even technically. Well, I guess it was with the bottles. No, I think I don't. I'm a little fuzzy on my, you know, what items give you logical access to Spike Cave, but finding Cape, I was like, oh well, I guess Spike Cave's a thing now, so I had to kind of pick my poison of Spiral Cave or Spike Cave, and I just, after the mountain was as empty as it was, I just figured it would be better just to go ahead and check Spike Cave. It was either that or dive a bunch of pendants, right? I found Bombos, so I was like, all right, well, let's keep going, you know? So you've avoided the pendants for this long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that covers kind of the big points of the seed, you know, the way Pod was just stacked on the logical Aga play was kind of the big turning point. We had some people have some trouble with that. Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna particularly found the hook shot in there and decided to bounce rather than finding the hammer.
Ouch. I mean, that's not a bad... Oh, well, it's... Because if anything's in Pod, you get burned. But also with, like, you know, if Hammer's in Pod, you lose. If Hammer's, like, literally anywhere else on the mountain, you're okay. So item density, it's not a play I would make, but I think it's a defensible play. But man, what a rough play to make for this particular seed.
Yeah, in this particular seed, not one that worked out.
Yeah.
Scruff has done quite the merry adventure on this seed. We started. He started with bomb escape.
Ouch. the whole sequence break felt weird, and oddly enough, like because it took me, it wasn't until I found the hammer that I knew, like, okay, yeah, this is a logical Agassi. Tempered off of Catfish and then Flippers off of Pyramid kind of ended up being a consolation prize. Because like, oh well, if Hammer's like buried in Thieves Town or something, maybe you don't get, you know, Flippers that easily. You know, it takes you a while to get to the Pyramid. So I was kind of already happy with the decision, even if Pod was completely empty. And then Pod was just a smorgasbord of progression. I was like, holy cow. So I felt good. My biggest concern was like, I don't know, Ice Rod on blind.
Yeah.
Or even worse, like maybe Ice Rod in Ice may not have been that bad. I have no I didn't have to make the decision over, you know, between Thieves or Ice. I'm not 100% sure which one I would have gone with, to be honest, because I knew, I figured everyone and their mother has done Thieves Town and Skull Woods at this point. So I don't know if I try to metagame, like, oh, no one's finished, so maybe it's not in those locations, let's go do Ice. Or, you know, it took everyone else to suss out the Aga play. So we actually have time to clean up the map. I honestly don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of Ice Palace on Mr. Scruff's side while he was trying to find the hammer location. And unsurprisingly, given all of the things that were in your inventory by the end of the game, he didn't really find anything there worth writing home about.
Yeah.
And I believe that, to answer Chat's question, I believe that the reason we went into the front of Desert and walked around was to try to save our portal. Still, on TR. I think we can still save it.
Well, I do have a couple of errands to run before the daylight finishes, so thank you very much for the restream. Thank you very much for the commentating, and I think we'll get some things ready for dinner. I'll let you finish up with these other 3 runners.
Yeah, thanks for putting on a great show. Good game to you once again.
GG's.
GG's.
Alright, with that, we'll go ahead and turn our attention back to the action here. Eddie making the tower climb. Oro appears to be Ice Rod in hand, heading back for Turtle Rock now, and Mr. Scruff and Ninja Tuna just now making the way into Misery Mire.
Gonna travel up Super Money Cave here. So no portal save for Oro.
Nope, we did see the Moldworm 2 kill by Eddie. I'm going to go ahead and take just a couple of pats of butter, and away goes the worm.
Double on the first chest. First Aga cycle.
Yep, gonna clean that up with a 2-2-1-1 4-cycle Agatu for Eddie.
Dropping into the Ganon fight on Etium's side. Butter Sword, Red Mail, Silver Arrows.
Yep, easy game. 1-1 with the Butter Sword pretty much free. Eddie, I'm going to take a couple of additional swipes just for good measure.
Got nothing better to do.
And a mostly cooperative pig all the way through phase 3 already. Has those torches a bit off cycle, but seems to be making it work anyway.
One more arrow. The pig is down. Get your GGs ready in chat for Etium. Etium finishing with an official race time GG of 1:50.06, finishing 5th overall behind Vortex of Doom, Hitsuyan, and Matt7898.
Yeah, we had a bit of a spread of finishers there. Of course, P-Train with that first overall at 1:37. It was 4 minutes exactly to Matt7898 in second place, and then another minute and 3 seconds to Hitsuyan. Another couple of minutes to Vortex of Doom, and then nearly a little over 5 full minutes separating Vortex of Doom and Etium.
And we're heading to our Trinex fight for Oro to get our 7th crystal so that we can begin our Gaina's Tower climb.
Yep, just need to wait out a few more explosions of the Stone Snake Trinex thing. We'll call it a Trinex, that'll be good enough.
The Mononex.
Well, it certainly is after our runners get done with it, isn't it? And we are joined in the booth here by Etium. Good game to you.
Yo, thanks.
A bit of a roundabout seed today, wasn't it?
Yeah, this kind of sucked, but I also didn't play very well in general. Like, I died in the Eastern Dark Room. I took 2 Moldorm falls, including a middle hole. And then I successfully saved my portal in Turtle Rock, and then the very first thing I did after getting the Ice Rod was mirror and kill the portal. So that pissed me off. And, yeah, so that cost me like 3 minutes alone. Just that, so... A lot of mistakes. I could have had a much better time with better execution and just like better thinking.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Moldorm and Hera got the best of all 4 Restream brothers today.
Yeah, I mean,
P-Train also took a center hole.
Yeah.
And that was one of 3 falls for him.
yeah, Fighter Sword and Moldorm is like, if you have boots, it's not too bad, but without boots, it can be really fucking sorry, really tricky. Didn't mean to swear there.
Yeah, not the nicest fight in the world when you are on sub-NMG equipment. The boots at least allow you to, kind of dash through and maybe make bad situations a little better. Trying to do it on Fighter Sword alone, not fun.
Yeah. McScruff saving that portal, trying to die in the mire area with red mail and that many hearts.
Yeah,
little
5
slow.
years with a murder dactyl. It takes some time. So, in addition to the roundabout that we actually dealt with, Dave, you had the lamp there on Purple Chest to have logical access to that mirror, and then of course it was a logical Agaseed as well.
Yeah, it was. So, yeah, well, that would have been even better if I kept my portal, because you couldn't have done that if you killed Aga. But yeah, as soon as I got that second sword, where was that? Was that in Hera? I don't know.
Yeah,
as soon as
it
I
was
got
on
a master,
Moldorm.
yeah, as soon as I got that second sword, I was like, okay, Aga's in logic, so I'm just gonna turn jump, get a bunch of stuff on the way, and go into pod.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of variants. All 4 of you attempted and succeeded at the Kern jump, but P-Train was the only one who decided not to carry the catfish play up to the Zor Lord first. And of course, the 5 rupees there, not anything that anybody wanted to see. But then Oro specifically decided that things were more interesting back on the western side of the Dark World and gave up on Pod for quite a while.
The hammer was in the big chest, right? Vanilla?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the second seed I've had in 2 days with a pure vanilla hammer. That's hilarious.
Sounds like rando to me.
Anyway, that was a fun race. I wish I had played a little better. Just a lot of mistakes that just cost me a lot of time over the whole course of the seed. So if I played better, like I still wouldn't have beat P-Train. He must have found a really nice route, but I definitely would have had a much better time.
In P-Train's own words, I wanted to see how long I could follow the vanilla dungeon order.
Okay.
Yeah, what he managed to do was not go into Skullwoods, and so did not have the Cane of Samaria when he was up there on the mountain clearing all of that out. So, found the ice rod before ever setting foot in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's definitely a bit of a help. Although, I mean, if I had saved my portal, it wouldn't have been as big a deal.
Yeah, actually, all runners thinking about saving their portal on the restream, I think Scruff was the only one that successfully saved his portal.
Yeah, speaking of, Scruff about to enter the tower here, and Oro has begun the climb. Yeah, Eddie, any other thoughts? Yeah, general or otherwise, some of those locations not the nicest things in the world. That Bombos medallion could have tripped a lot of people up.
Yeah, I mean, Spike Cave was obvious play after there was nothing in Turtle Rock. It's really easy to take a death in Spike Cave, just stand on the spikes for a few seconds. But yeah, thanks for commentary, thanks for tracking and everything. It was a fun, kind of unexpected Sunday restream, but hopefully we have more of these.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either, and I thought, oh, well, that could be a thing. I could run it. And then Vex said, well, I would calm this solo, but you want to come help? So, yeah, here we are.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna hop out. GG's to everyone else. Yeah. See you guys later.
Yep, good game. Thanks
GGs.
for putting on a show. Alright, Oro working on silvers for Lanmo 2 gets the first couple, and then the third of the Lanmolas decides that it's not going to cooperate quite so much.
Two butter slashes, take it out.
I'm not sure that buttered worm sounds all that appetizing, but it does seem to work. Scruff has apparently had all he can stand of those Gibdos, is going to go ahead and butter them up.
Buttering up enemies. Oro, I think forgetting we have the boots. When you get the boots so late, it's kind of fairly easy to forget that you actually have them. Oh, remembering again.
See, I'm always of the mindset I get them so late, I'm like, finally! And I use them everywhere, including places that I should not. It's kind of the alternate version of the same problem.
Wonder what loses more time.
Given how many straightaways there are in the Ganon's Tower climb, probably not using them.
Surely you're correct. Alright, round 2 with Moldorm for Oro.
Let's see how they do this time. 1 butter and 2.
It's like the rest of the seed after Moldorm 1 was really like a Rocky montage. Just training up.
Training up, getting good and ready, and then it's kind of an anticlimax when you actually get to the fight.
Alright, just beginning the climb here on Scruff's side. Getting 1 triple for Oro. Oh, just barely missing the 2 cycle.
Yep, gonna have a little 3-2-1 contact there instead. Oro going to dash around the arena while they wait for the pig to fly away. And Scruff is going to trot up into the gauntlet proper here, has those silver arrows equipped.
I've always thought, is Ganon a vampire pig? Is that why he can transform into a bat?
I've been known from time to time to make the comment that maybe Ganon is trying to impress the Castlevania devs for a cameo.
Making quick work of the pig. Buttered pork maybe sounds a little better.
Yeah, that seems more reasonable. Of course, it's dinner time now. Just about anything sounds good. Still not sure about fried worms, though.
Buttered.
Nicely done silvers there on Scruff's side.
Yep, getting the quick spin 1 cycle. And down goes the pig for Oro.
Yep, they have just a few seconds longer to wait, and then the ability to cross the bridge will appear. Get your GGs in chat for Oro, who finishes 3rd on the restream and 9th overall with a race time GG time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 43 seconds.
Alright, we're nearing our round 2 with Moldorm 2 on Shrep Ninja's side.
Moldorm Clue 2 did have to claim at least 1 victim there. Down goes Mr. Scruff. But in the meantime, we are joined in the booth by Oro. Good game to you.
Thank you. GG's.
How did you feel about that seed?
It feels like I 100%ed it, basically.
At least you didn't dip ice.
Yeah, I think a lot of runners are going to say very similar things. I feel like I pretty much 100%ed this thing when you have, you know, the whole logical chain to get your lamp off of Purple Chest, to actually put the mirror in logic, and then you've got that Bombos and Spike Cave. But oh yeah, by the way, it was actually an Agaseed. Go get your flippers off of the Pyramid Ledge and everything out of Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, pod was definitely the answer here. Like, if you went to pod as quickly as possible, you were doing well. Yeah, any other thoughts on, did you think about saving your portal?
I thought about it like immediately after I saved and quit. I was like, oh, I probably could save the portal, but
Yeah, so that was one of the big differences for P-Chain's side, since he didn't even have Samaria the first time up the mountain to clear everything. Well, not the first time, but to clear all of those checks. We didn't even dip TR, so we actually had the Ice Rod. So that was a lot of the time save.
Scruff going with dash strats in phase 2.
I've taken out the pig. Just 3 more slashes and a couple arrows.
Yeah, it was a generous phase 3. It was pretty much no warps until the last hit needed to go in, and then it was only 1 or 2.
I'm getting the torch glitch after hitting Ran. That was a beautiful silver fight.
Yeah, set Ganon up very nicely. The warp and the torch lighting time worked out very well for Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna there.
Get your GGs in chat for Scruff Ninja.
Yep, that's going to be good for 4th on the restream, 11th overall out of our 18 entrants with a time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 41 seconds. We'll see if we can't get Scruff in here as well. Is saying in the race room, or no, this is actually in chat, I've got that over the race room. Apparently there is some audio issues there, so maybe interviews in chat there for Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna.
Yes, why did you mirror out of pod, Mr. Scruff Ninja? That's the question that I have.
Yes, that is the question on the minds of inquiring rando watchers everywhere at the moment.
Scruff answering the question with, because I'm a dingus.
Now, he says that, but our first overall finisher, P-Train, says
That's
that it
true.
was absolutely a defensible play, so I don't know that you can, take it that harshly. It's it's a play that you can make, and it just was not the right one in this particular seed.
Yep, honestly, you're perfectly fine. If the hammer is on the mountain, then you're in really good shape. Also, was going to ask about the bomb escape, how you're feeling after doing bomb escape and getting absolutely nothing.
I see that Mr. Scruff was absolutely as amused as we were by the logical chain for Mirrorless Smiths to the lamp to Ag 1 for your Logically Stark World access. Surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah, that actual logic chain, like reading the spoiler chain, would just be disgusting.
Yeah, and as usual, the answer is just go ahead and sequence break the Dark Room. But I think we are kind of coming to a conclusion on here as we see Mr. Scruff's credits continue to roll there. Vex, you have any final thoughts on this one?
No, just GG's to our runners. Give them a follow. Thanks to my co-com here, Yimdium, for covering, so I didn't have to do this by myself. And thanks to our trackers, Jaxie and Jinxie Girl.
Solo comms is fun. You'll get there one day or another. But yeah, let me go ahead and echo that. All of our runners, P-Train, Oro, Hedium 2, Mr. Scruff Ninja Juno put on a show for us today. Make sure to give them one more big GG and thanks for putting on the show for us. Vex, it was a pleasure common with you. Jinxie Girl and Jaxie were our trackers today. And Oasis was the man pushing the buttons behind the scenes, getting this restream up and off the ground. And it takes a little bit of everybody.
Who knows, maybe we'll get some more Sunday dailies.
Yeah, a little more Sunday daily in the future. It could be a thing. Let's go ahead and have a quick look forward on the speed gaming schedule for the remainder of the evening. Looks like we're maybe about a third of the way into a Luigi's Mansion Any % No Out of Bounds match over on Speed Gaming 2. A Super Metroid multi-category on at Speed Gaming 3. And then coming up a little later on at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have New Super Mario Bros. U plus New Super Luigi U on Speed Gaming Prime here. Another one of those Luigi's Mansion Any % runs on Speed Gaming 2. 10 minutes after the hour there, we have a Final Fantasy Randomizer Duckling Derby over on Speed Gaming 5. And the Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 6. So if you have not had enough speed gaming in your life today, fear not. We've got more content coming your way. But with that said, I think it's about time to wrap this thing up. Thank you once again for coming out, giving us a couple of hours of your time on this Sunday afternoon. I do hope you all enjoyed. One more thank you to our runners, the whole commentary crew, volunteer effort here. So if you are so inclined, just talk to somebody and say, hey, I think I could push some buttons and help all this thing get going and off the ground, or I like talking about this game. We'd be more than happy to have you. But for now, for my co-com Vex, for the rest of the crew, for the runners, this is MindDM saying, this was the Speed Gaming Daily Race Series of Link to the Past Randomizer and Open 7 Seed. Have a good night, everybody.